Hello friends, I am Muthuraman, a language proficiency tutor. You have seen a lot of videos I have posted on YouTube channel CAS English. We have much dealt with about etymology in the foregone videos. From today, we are going to see the basic idea about the conversation and how they can be efficiently carried out in day-to-day affairs. We are going to see one by one, step by step and all. See, in the first thing I want to tell you is we should have the psychology of conversation. We should have the knowledge about how a conversation is initiated, how it is carried on, how it's to be ended, as far as a simple conversation in day-to-day affairs is concerned. Actually, in oratory, a simple oration, we don't need to worry about the emotional or the psychical disturbances from the partner we are speaking to, because there will be a large audience in collective psychology. I mean, collective mass psychology. Mostly, it appreciates the speaker. Sometimes there will be a little perturbations or a kind of a psychical disturbances we can face. But in conversation, in days, simple day-to-day conversation with a vendor of a vegetable or a milkman or with security of a company, we might have to face a lot of hardships or some kind of psychical disturbances. We just keep them aside. We are going to know deep into conversational idea, conversation, how it should be effectively carried out. A conversation is based on a question and answer or a response. Only three: a question, an answer, and the response. Either to create a question, either to ask a question or to answer it, or at least respond it, we should know what we are talking about. Do you get the idea? We should have in-depth knowledge about what we are speaking, what we are asking for, what we are replying to, how we are responding to what we are responding. We should know the depth of knowledge, an insight, a simple insight. Sometimes it might be a deeper. For example, if you are asked to give a speech on computer, what would you do? If you do not know what is inside a computer or what a computer does, you cannot speak, you cannot give a speech. The computer has a lot of components inside: ROM, RAM, motherboard, and processor. A computer has a lot of equipments, parts or components inside: a ROM, a RAM, a motherboard, a processor. In those days, we used to have a floppy drive, but we don't use it now because we have different kind of applications like that, like flash drive or pen drive. We use nowadays, so we don't use anymore floppy drive and a CD drive, etc. This is a component inside a computer, and we should know what each component does inside a computer. Only then we will be able to give a speech on a computer. If we don't know anything about what is inside computer, we cannot speak. We might have a practical application of a computer, You might have been using a computer for your day-to-day work. On what job it does, you know. What job it does, you know. Okay? But if you do not know what is inside a computer, you cannot give anything about, you cannot give a speech on what a computer has inside. So, in-depth knowledge and insight into the parts of the computer makes a speech effectively and efficiently. So, this is the thing. This is a basic idea of the conversation. If someone asks about what the ROM does in the computer, you should be knowing what is ROM. You should know about ROM. If you do not know what ROM stands for, you cannot tell, you cannot speak, you cannot respond. Okay, just keep aside the computer. Come to a general topic like crop circles. If someone, it might even be your son or a daughter, asks about what a crop circle is, what would you or how would you respond to? Crop circles are created by alien beings on earth in particular part of the world. It's a basic idea. It is not man-made. It is also a basic idea. It is made by some alien beings. It's a basic idea about the crop circle. If you do not even know that, how would you respond? That is a basic question. You should know. When I was a college student, I used to visit Kanimara Library or District Central Library or British Council for getting cleared of my doubts. If I raised a doubt, if I had a doubt, I would immediately take my bicycle to the Kanimara. At that time, we didn't have any kind of application like internet or mobile or computer. All those things were absent. So, if we have a doubt, we should get it immediately cleared. You have a magic slate you have, the computer and the tab and the mobile phone, everything. They are ready-made answer books. Okay, so when you want to improve your conversational abilities, you should be knowing, you should be aware of the things every day we have to correspond to. So we should be familiarized with awareness of what a conversation means, what a conversation does between two individuals. If you have to talk to a person who doesn't have basic idea of anything, the technological advancements, you cannot speak to him. You can only make him aware of what I are going to speak about. So at that time you would be a teacher and he would be a student. So the communication would be absent. There would be only teaching. So conversation based upon two individuals who have equal idea about what a conversation is. So, okay, I have given so far what a conversation is. Conversation is based on awareness about the topic you are required to speak or required to respond to. Awareness. If you don't have awareness where the MGM is, then you cannot guide anyone to how to go to MGM. If you do not know how to get an auto, rickshaw, sitting at a home, you cannot guide anyone. So basically, we should have the awareness. Awareness is the basic concept of conversation. We express our opinions, we express our ideas, we express our solution to a particular problem, particular issue, whatever it is. If we are asked to describe some event, we should have the awareness of the event. Only then we can describe. So, conversation based on facts and awareness. Okay. Now we come to the second part of the video. I have read a book. I don't remember which country that the book was published in. That book said there are about 71 patterns of sentences in English. No, it's really, I was astonished to know about the 71 sentences, first learn about the 71 sentences. Actually, there are only two kinds of sentences in English. Either in English or in Tamil or any language. There are only two kinds of sentences. What are they? Question and answer? No. In any language, a sentence is created to talk about the subject, where it is or where it was or what it does. Where it is or what it does. What it is or what it does. Is and does. Is the verb used in first kind of sentences is a linking verb. Does in the used in the second kind of sentence is an active verb, auxiliary. It comes along with the main verb. Does comes along with the main verb, where is used along with either adjective or adverb or preposition or pronoun, etc. Okay, only two kinds of sentences in English. We can make them into a question or a kind of negative sentences. We can derive them from these kind of two sentences. The first type of sentence is said to be used along with only with linking verb. What are the linking verbs? Linking verbs are called connecting verbs, or called joining verbs, etc. This all referring to only one thing. Am, is, are, was, were, have been, has been, had been, shall have been, will have been. Only these verbs are called linking verbs. Linking verbs that links the subject along with the pronoun or noun or adjective or adverb. They stand in between them and link to tell about where the subject is, how the subject is, what the subject is. Okay. In sentence of second kind, we use auxiliary verbs and main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are nearly 24. Main verbs are uncountable, maybe in thousands, main verbs. But in first kind of sentence, we talk about what the subject is, where it is, and what it was, what it will be, etc. In second kind of sentence, what the subject does, what the subject did, what the subject has been doing, etc. Only two kinds of sentences. Okay, are you clear? And we are going to see what the auxiliary verb is, what the main verb is, what are the divisions, what are the what are the kinds of main verbs are there. We are going to see in later videos. To summarize what we have seen today, I am asking you, what did we learn from today's video? What did you learn from today's video? A conversation based on awareness. If you are not aware of anything, we cannot continue or open or even end the conversation. At least we should have something. So, how to increase our awareness? We should think and we should read. We should read and we should think. Reading maketh of a man, and writing a fulleth man. Writing means you are aware of. When you are aware of, you start to write. When you read, you are collecting information about things. So read newspapers, read books, make them a positive habit, make them a regular habit. Read them. You read Read as much as possible. Whatever the books you have, whatever the websites, good or bad, we have to collect information only. This is a mode of dhyana. In dhyana, actually, we observe what the mind thinks, good or bad. We observe. We don't get into the emotions or anything. We just observe like that. Good or bad, read, collect information, gather your, improve your awareness. This is the basic idea of conversation, basic tool. Okay, so to summarize, to effective communication or conversation, we need to have awareness of the topics, general awareness. We have to improve it. To achieve it, we should have been reading a lot of books. We should read a lot of books. You should read daily newspapers. Okay, the basic idea of conversation. And the second thing, we should know the patterns of the basic idea of sentences. And we are going to see one by one in future videos. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow.